So good afternoon, friends. So in our previous lecture, we have seen the concept related to RSHF, GSHF, and how to represent those RSHF line and GSHF line on the psychrometric chart. So as we are knowing that, so within first 5 minutes, I will revise that concept RSHF and GSHF, and based on that, we have to see the last concept, that is nothing but ERSHF. And based on this RSHF, GSHF, and ERSHF, we have to solve one problem by using this concept. So as already we have seen the RSHF and GSHF. Okay. As already we have seen the concept of RSHF and GSHF and how to represent that RSHF line and GSHF line on the psychrometric chart. Then for the revision purpose, we will revise this RSHF and GSHF concept. So we are knowing that RSHF is nothing but the ratio of room sensible heat divided by room total heat, whereas room total heat is nothing but the addition of room sensible heat and room latent heat. And if I want to represent that RSHF line on the psychrometric chart, then RSHF line is nothing but the line which is joining the condition of supply air. The line which is joining the condition of supply air and condition of required room condition of supply air and required room condition. The line which is joining condition of supply air and required room condition, that line is called as the RSHF line. So here, if I want to represent that RSHF line on the psychrometric chart, then first of all, I should know the required room condition. So here, if R is the required room condition, if R is the required room condition, and if S is the condition of supply air, then the line which is joining the condition of supply air and required room condition, that will be called as the RSHF line. So here, this RSHF line can be divided into two parameters. First parameter, in which room sensible heat is added, that means from S to A point, here room sensible heat is added, and from A to R point, there room latent heat is added. So here room sensible heat divided by room total heat, whereas room total heat is nothing but room sensible plus room latent. After that, we have seen how to represent RSHF line when condition of or supply air condition is not known. How to represent that RSHF line when supply air condition is not known. So for that purpose, first of all, there is stepwise procedure to represent the RSHF line when supply air condition is not known. So in the first step, we have to calculate the room sensible heat. And first of all, by calculating the room sensible heat and room latent heat, first of all, I have to calculate the value of RSHF. I have to find out the value of room sensible heat factor. And whatever value of room sensible heat factor I am getting, that value of room sensible heat factor I am going to represent as a point A on the sensible heat factor scale. So here we are knowing that at the top corner, topmost corner of right hand topmost corner, there will be the sensible heat factor scale. So on that sensible heat factor scale, point A will represent the value of RSHF calculated from the room which we want to do the conditioning. Then after locating the point A, we have to represent the point B. That point B will be called as the alignment circle. That is also called as the base point or reference point. So value of base point or reference point or alignment circle is nothing but 26 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature, 50% relative humidity. So I'm going to connect point A to point B. So that line will be called as the baseline. And as I'm knowing the required room condition, so here if R is the required room condition, so now to represent or to know the value of or to know the condition of supply air, here from point R, I'm going to draw the line which will be parallel to the baseline. So from point R, I'm going to draw the line which will be parallel to this baseline. And here any point on this baseline, any point on this baseline, any point on this line parallel to the baseline will represent the condition of supply air. So in this fashion, we can draw RSHF line when condition of supply air is not known. Okay. Now after that, next point is called as a GSHF line. So in case of GSHF line, definition of GSHF is nothing but total sensible heat divided by grand total heat, whereas grand total heat is nothing but total sensible heat plus total latent heat. So to understand this grand sensible heat factor, we have to consider the outside air before. because in air handling unit, we are mixing the fresh air. We are mixing the fresh air inside the recirculated air. So whatever recirculated air will be there, that recirculated air will have the condition of supply or required room condition. But whatever fresh air we are mixing, so that fresh air will consisting of the sensible heat as well as latent heat, which will be different than the required room condition. So here, if I am going to consider the sensible heat and latent heat, which is being introduced because of mixing the outside air, so that will be called as the total sensible heat. So total sensible heat is nothing but room sensible heat plus outside air sensible heat, and total latent heat is nothing but room latent heat plus outside air latent heat. So here grand total heat is nothing but total sensible heat and total latent heat. So as we are knowing that RSHF line is nothing but the line which is joining the point S and point R. That is nothing but the condition of supply air and required room condition. That will be the RSHF line. Now here when I am mixing fresh air inside the recirculated air, when I am mixing fresh air inside the recirculated air, then whatever this mixture will be formed, that mixture air will have the different property. That mixed air will have the different property. That means that property will be different than fresh air and recirculated air. So that will be called as the condition of mixed air. So here, if I am connecting the line which is joining the condition of mixed air and condition of supply air, line which is joining condition of mixed air and condition of supply air, that line will be called as a JSHF line. That line will be called as a JSHF line, and that JSHF line will consisting of the calculation of outside air sensible heat and outside air latent heat. Now, how to calculate those outside air sensible heat and outside air latent heat? So, outside air sensible heat will be calculated. Outside air sensible heat will be calculated by using the formula 0.020 44 P1 TD1 minus TD2 in terms of kilowatt. Whereas P1 is nothing but volume of outside air, and TD1 is nothing but dry bulb temperature of outside air or fresh air, and TD2 is nothing but dry bulb temperature of the required room condition. And outside air latent heat will be calculated by using the formula 50 V1 small w1 minus small w2. That will be again in terms of kilowatt. Small w1 is nothing but specific humidity of the outside air, specific humidity of fresh air, and small w2 is nothing but specific humidity of the required room condition or recirculated air. And addition of outside air sensible heat plus outside air latent heat, here we will get the outside air total heat, and that outside air total heat will be given by equation 0.02 P1 H1 minus H2. That will be in terms of kilowatt. And if I want to represent that process or that JSHF line on the psychrometric chart, then here if I'm going to consider this as a condition of fresh air, this is nothing but the required room condition, that is nothing but R. So here from that required room condition we are taking the recirculated air, and inside that recirculated air we are mixing the outside air, that is nothing but fresh air. So after mixing the fresh air inside the required room condition, here I will get the condition of mixed air. So here if I am going to consider M as a condition of mixed air, and here this point if I am going to consider as a point S, that is nothing but condition of supply air, then the point M and point S, or the line which is joining point M and point S, that is the line which is joining condition of mixed air and supply air condition or condition of supply air, that line will be called as the JSHF line. And one more line, the line which is joining point S and point R, that is nothing but condition of supply air and condition of or room required room condition, that line will be called as the RSHF line. So this line will be called as the JSHF line, this line will be called as the RSHF line. Okay, now third one is called as the ERSHF. So up to this point in our last lecture we have covered this topic. Now ERSHF line means effective room sensible heat factor line. So here the definition of effective room sensible heat factor line is nothing but it is the ratio of effective room sensible heat divided by effective room total heat. Effective room sensible heat divided by effective room total heat. Now, what is the meaning of effective room sensible heat? So, in JSHF, we have seen that grand sensible heat divided by total sensible heat. Grand sensible heat in JSHF line, we are knowing that JSHF is nothing but the ratio of total sensible heat divided by grand sensible heat. Sorry, total sensible heat divided by grand sensible heat. Whereas total sensible heat is nothing but addition of room sensible heat plus outside air sensible heat. So here, if I am going to multiply, by bypass factor to that grand sensible heat, then that will be called as the effective room sensible heat. So effective room sensible heat is nothing but room sensible heat plus outside air sensible heat into bypass factor. Whereas outside air sensible heat is given by equation 0.02044 P1 TD1 minus TD2 into bypass factor. And effective room latent heat is nothing but room latent heat plus outside air latent heat. So here, to that outside air latent heat, I have to multiply it by bypass factor. So into bypass factor. So room latent heat plus outside air latent heat is given by equation. Outside air latent heat is given by equation 50 V1 small w1 minus small w2. 50 V1 small w1 minus small w2 into bypass factor. Okay. And effective room total heat is given by equation effective room sensible heat plus effective room latent heat. So here only thing you have to keep in mind that in case of JSHF line, so here if I'm going to consider, here I'm getting the condition of supply air, yes point. In condition space, I'm getting the required room condition, point R. So from that condition space, I'm taking the recirculated air. Suppose that recirculated air is having the point R, and in that recirculated air, I'm mixing the fresh air or outside air. So when I'm mixing the outside air or fresh air inside the recirculated air, here I'm getting the condition of mixed air. Here I'm getting the condition of mixed air. So the line which is joining, condition of mixed air, and condition of supply air. The line which is joining condition of mixed air and condition of supply air, that line I'm calling it as a JSHF line. But here whatever condition of mixed air will be there, or whatever that mixed air will be there, that we are passing over the apparatus inside the air handling unit. That apparatus may be heating coil, that apparatus may be cooling coil, that apparatus may be humidifier or dehumidifier. But in JSHF line, we are not considering the efficiency or effectiveness of those lines, or efficiency or effectiveness of those coil, cooling coil, heating coil, or humidifier, dehumidifier. In JSHF, we are not considering the effectiveness or efficiency. But in case of effective room sensible heat factor, here I need to consider the efficiency or effectiveness, of those devices which are cooling the air, which are heating the air, which are humidifying the air, or which are dehumidifying the air. So effectiveness will be measured with the help of bypass factor. So here, whatever outside air will be there, or whatever that mixed air will be there, to that mixed air, I have to multiply it by bypass factor. So after multiplying bypass factor to that mixed air or outside air sensible heat and outside air latent heat, I will get the effective room sensible heat factor. Are you getting? Now here, if I want to represent that line on the psychrometric chart, here if I am going to consider this as the condition of fresh air. फ्रेश एअर म्हणजे कोणती, त्या ठिकाणची ही फ्रेश एअर होते, बरोबर. हा माझा पॉइंट एफ होता सपोज. कंडिशन ऑफ फ्रेश एअर, त्या ठिकाणी मला काय मिळते, कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय एअर मिळते, जे की आपण रूमला सप्लाय करतोय. त्या ठिकाणी कंडिशन स्पेस मध्ये मला मी काय ऑब्टेन करतोय, रिक्वायर्ड रूम कंडिशन ऑब्टेन करतोय. ओके, त्या रिक्वायर्ड रूम कंडिशन मधून मी काय घेतोय, रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर घेतोय. आणि ती रिसर्क्युलेटेड एअर मी कशामध्ये मिक्स करतोय, ह्या फ्रेश एअर मध्ये मिक्स करतोय. I'm mixing the recirculated air inside the fresh air, and after mixing the recirculated air inside the fresh air, I'm getting the mixed air or condition of mixed air. So here point 1 is indicating the outdoor condition. Outdoor condition म्हणजे condition of fresh air indicate करते. Point 2, here point 2 is indicating the required room condition. Point 2 is indicating the room design condition or required room condition. That is nothing but my point R. This will be my point R. So here from in that recirculated air, I'm mixing the fresh air. In that recirculated air, I'm mixing the fresh air. That means whatever my point number 3 will be there, that point number 3 is indicating. Point number 3 is indicating condition of mixed air. It is indicating condition of mixed air entering to the cooling coil or heating coil. This mixed air, condition of mixed air entering to the cooling coil or heating coil. So after passing that mixed air over this cooling or heating coil, I'm getting the condition of supply air. So here this point number 4, this point number 4 is indicating the condition of supply air. This point number 4 is indicating the condition of supply air. Now here I'm knowing that, the line which is joining point M and point S, the line which is joining point M and point S, that is called as this line is called as a GSHF line. This line is called as a GSHF line. कंडिशन ऑफ मिक्स्ड एअर आणि कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय एअर त्या दोन्हीला जॉईन होणारी लाईन म्हणजे कोणती झाली जीएसएचएफ लाईन. दॅट मीन्स पॉइंट एम अँड पॉइंट एस ही जी लाईन असणार आहे ती कोणती असणार आहे जीएसएचएफ लाईन असणार. ओके, अँड द लाईन विच इज जॉईनिंग पॉइंट एस अँड पॉइंट आर, the line which is joining point S and point R, that line is called as a, this line is called as a RSHF line. This line is called as a RSHF line. That means point S आणि point R या दोन्हीला कनेक्ट करणारी जी लाईन आहे त्याला मी काय म्हणणार आहे RSHF line. So this line will be called as a RSHF line. This is the line called as a GSHF line, and this is the line which is called as a RSHF line. Okay, आता या ठिकाणी मी बायपास फॅक्टर किंवा त्या कॉइलचा इफेक्टिव्हनेस कन्सिडर केलाय का RSHF लाईन किंवा GSHF लाईन मध्ये? No, I have not considered the effectiveness. Actually त्या ठिकाणी जर ह्या कॉइलची किंवा हिटिंग कॉइल किंवा कुलिंग कॉइलची जर इफिशियन्सी 100% असते तर काय झालं असतं, माझा पॉइंट एस ह्या ठिकाणी मिळायच्या ऐवजी कुठे भेटला असता, माझा पॉइंट एस ह्या ठिकाणी भेटला असता. दॅट मीन्स दिस पॉइंट विल बी कॉल्ड एज अ apparatus dew point temperature. That means whatever condition of coil will be there here, whatever this coil, that may be heating coil, that may be cooling coil, whatever condition of or surface temperature of coil will be there, actually the condition of coil will be the apparatus dew point temperature. That means point number 6. So here if I am connecting, so here if I have to consider the bypass factor or if I have to consider the effectiveness of that cooling coil, if I have to consider the effectiveness of that cooling coil, then after considering the effectiveness of cooling coil, here I will get the point number 6, that is nothing but coil condition line. This will be called as a coil condition line. So this is the coil condition line. So point number 6 is indicating the coil condition line. So here if I am going to connect, here if I am going to connect coil condition line, that is nothing but point number 6. If I am going to connect coil condition line to the required room condition, if I am going to connect coil condition line, that means if I am going to consider this as a point C, then if I am going to connect point C with point R, if I am going to connect point C with point R, then such type of line will be called as a ERSHF line. ERSHF line. This line will be called as the effective room sensible heat factor line. So this is the line which is called as the ERSHF line, called as the effective room sensible heat factor line. So have you understood that effective room sensible heat factor line? GSHF line जे आहे त्या GSHF line मध्ये आपण काय केलं होतं, जे काही cooling apparatus आहे, that means our cooling coil or heating coil, we have not considered the effectiveness of that cooling or heating coil. So So if I want to need, or if I need to consider, or if I want to consider the effectiveness, then actually here, as cooling coil will have the bypass factor. So by considering the bypass factor, here my cooling coil condition will be this point, that will be on the saturated curve, that will be called as the apparatus dew point temperature, or that is also called as the coil condition. And if I am going to connect the coil condition with required room condition, then that line will be called as the ERSHF line. So have you understood what is meant by GSHF, what is meant by RSHF line, what is meant by GSHF line, and what is meant by ERSHF line? सिम्पलेस्ट भाषामध्ये RSHF लाईन म्हणजे सप्लाय इयर और कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय इयर आणि रिक्वायर्ड रूम कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय इयर आणि रिक्वायर्ड रूम कंडिशन या दोन्हीला कनेक्ट करणारी लाईन म्हणजे कोणती जाते RSHF लाईन. GSHF लाईन म्हणजे कंडिशन ऑफ मिक्स्ड इयर अँड कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय इयर या दोन्हीला कनेक्ट करणारी लाईन म्हणजे काय झाली GSHF लाईन. आणि ERSHF लाईन म्हणजे इफेक्टिव्ह रूम सेन्सिबल हीट फॅक्टर लाईन. इफेक्टिव्ह रूम सेन्सिबल हीट फॅक्टर म्हणजे we have to neglect the, or we have to consider the bypass factor of that cooling coil or heating coil. So by considering the bypass factor, here actually coil condition line will be point C, which will be called as the apparatus dew point temperature. So here if I am going to connect apparatus dew point temperature or coil condition line, if I am going to connect apparatus dew point temperature or coil condition line with required room condition, then that line will be called as the ERSHF line. Have you understood this concept? Yes or no? Write in the chat box. All of you please write in the chat box. Have you understood this RSHF, GSHF and ERSHF line concept? Yes or no? If you are having any query, any question, you can ask me. Have you understood? Write in the chat box. Yes or no? Tell something. समजलं असेल तर येस म्हणा, नसेल तर नाही म्हणून सांगा. जर काय क्वेरी क्वेश्चन असतील तर विचारा, किंवा रिपीट करायचं असेल तर रिपीट करा म्हणून सांगा. काहीतरी सांगा. What should I do? Until and unless you are not going to tell me, I'm not getting whether you are getting the concept or not getting the concept. What should we do? Have you understood? Yes or no? Prajwal Musre. Have you understood? What should I do? Have you understood? Yes or no? Should I continue? If your response will be likewise, then only for formality purpose I need saying that whether you are getting the concept or not getting the concept. If I am asking you, if you are having any doubt, any query, any question, you can ask me. No one is asking me any doubt or any query. What should I understood from this? Okay, let it. So based on this concept, now we have to solve the problem. So we have to solve one problem where I need to utilize, or I need to have the concept of RSHF, GSHF line inside this problem. Okay. So the problem statement is air flowing at the rate of 100 meter cube per minute. Air flowing at the rate of 100 meter cube per minute at 40 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature and 50% relative humidity. is mixed with another stream at the rate of 20 meter cube per minute at 26 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature and 50% relative humidity. So here we are mixing two stream, or we are mixing two air. So the mixture flows over a cooling coil. The mixture flows over a cooling coil whose apparatus dew point temperature is 10 degrees centigrade and bypass factor is 0.2. Bypass factor is 0.2. And the dry bulb temperature and relative humidity of air, and the dry bulb temperature and relative humidity of air leaving the coil. If this air is supplied to an air conditioning room where dry bulb temperature of 26 degrees centigrade and relative humidity is 50% are maintained, estimate room sensible heat factor and cooling load capacity of the coil in terms of TR. Estimate room sensible heat factor and cooling load capacity of coil in terms of TR. Now here, if you read this problem, so by reading this problem, you are knowing that here we are mixing two stream. So here, when you will draw this problem in the schematic line diagram, so you will have the better understanding of this problem. So here, what they have mentioned, air flowing at the rate of 100 meter cube per minute. Air flowing at the rate of 100 meter cube per minute at 40 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature and 50% relative humidity is mixed with the another stream flowing at the rate of 20 meter cube per minute at 26 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature, 50% relative humidity. That means initially we are having one air, and in that air we are mixing the another air. In that air we are mixing the another air. So after mixing one air into another air, here I am getting the mixed air. Here I am getting mixed air. So here what they have mentioned, whatever first stream of air is there, whatever first stream of air is there, that first stream of air is having the volume flow rate. Volume flow rate as a 100 meter cube per minute. 100 meter cube per minute. Okay, in that 100 meter cube per minute, that air is having the dry bulb temperature. Dry bulb temperature as a 40 degrees centigrade. 40 degrees centigrade. And one more parameter, relative humidity of that air is as a 50%. High as a 50%. Relative humidity as a 50%. So here, if I'm going to consider this as a point number 1, this is the point number 1. In that main stream, we are mixing the another stream. In that main stream, we are mixing the another air or another stream which is having volume flow rate as a 20 meter cube per minute. So here in that air, I'm mixing the another air which is having the volume flow rate as a 20 meter cube per minute. 20 meter cube per minute. Then here dry bulb temperature of that air, dry bulb temperature as a 26 degrees centigrade. 26 degrees centigrade. And relative humidity as a 50%. Relative humidity as a 50%. So here, if I'm going to consider this as a point number 2. Point number 1 का indicate करते हैं 100 मीटर क्यूब पर मिनिट ह्या फ्लो न पास होणारी एअरची कंडिशन मेंटेन करते. पॉइंट नंबर 2 काय इंडिकेट करतोय 20 मीटर क्यूब पर मिनिट ह्या फ्लो न पास होणाऱ्या एअरची कंडिशन मेंटेन करते. So here, after mixing point 1 into point 2, here I am getting the point number 3. Here I am getting the point number 3. Here point number 3 will be called as the condition of mixed air. Point number 3 will be called as the condition of mixed air. Here I am not knowing the exact condition of mixed air because here 100 मीटर क्यूब पर मिनिट, एका मिनिटाला 100 मीटर क्यूब एवढ्या त्याला एवढ्या व्हॉल्यूमची एअर हॅव्हिंग 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर 50% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी कशामध्ये मिक्स होते, दॅट इज मिक्सिंग inside the another air which is having the volume flow rate as a 20 meter cube per minute having drybal temperature 26 degree centigrade 50% relative humidity. म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी दोन स्ट्रीम मिक्स झाल्यानंतर जी काही नवीन एअर फॉर्म होणार आहे that air will be called as a condition of mixed air. Okay, now this mixture flows over a cooling coil whose apparatus dew point temperature is 10 degree centigrade and bypass factor is 0.2. Now whatever this mixture is there, this mixture this mixed air is flowing over a cooling coil. So here I need to represent one more coil that will be called as a cooling coil. This mixture is flowing over a cooling coil, and here they have mentioned that apparatus dew point temperature of this cooling coil ADP, apparatus dew point temperature of this cooling coil as a 10 degree centigrade, 10 degree centigrade, and bypass factor that is nothing but value of x, bypass factor as a 0.2, bypass factor as a 0.5, 0.2. So here after passing this point number 3 here, or after passing this mixed air, after passing that mixed air over this cooling coil, here property of that mixed air will goes on changing, property of that mixed air will goes on changing. So here if I'm going to consider point number 4, so here what I have to find out the drybal temperature and relative humidity of air leaving the coil. So here corresponding to point number 4, I have to find out the value of drybal temperature. I have to find out the value of drybal temperature and relative humidity corresponding to point number 4. Okay, find out the drybal temperature and relative humidity of air leaving the coil. If this air is supplied to an air conditioning room, if this air is supplied to the room condition air conditioning room, म्हणजे ही काय झाली आपली कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय एअर झाली, ही जी आहे ती कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय एअर झाली, ही जी आहे ती कंडिशन ऑफ मिक्स एअर झाली, बरोबर, ही जी आहे ती कंडिशन ऑफ मिक्स एअर झाली. आता ही जर एअर आपण ऍज अ कंडिशन, इफ दिस एअर इज सप्लाइड टू एन एअर कंडिशनिंग रूम where drybal temperature is 26 degree centigrade and relative humidity 50% are maintained, that means here after passing this supply air to the after passing or after supplying this mixed air, sorry, after supplying this supply air to the room or conditioned room, here I am maintaining 26 degree centigrade drybal temperature, 26 degree centigrade drybal temperature and 50% relative humidity, 50% relative humidity. Wait for 1 minute. Here 26 degree centigrade drybal temperature I am maintaining and relative humidity as a 50% I am maintaining. 50%. So this is nothing but the point R. Point R is called as the required room condition. Point R is called as a required room condition. Now here if you observe carefully, here one of the stream is having the same property, 26 degree centigrade drybal temperature, 50% relative humidity. That means here whatever this another stream is there, that another stream is nothing but the recirculated air. Whatever this another stream is there, that another stream is nothing but the recirculated air. This another stream is nothing but recirculated air which is having the same property. Okay, so such type of problem statement will be there. This will be, आता ही जर recirculated air झाली, ही जर माझी recirculated air झाली, तर ही कोणती होणार आहे माझी air? This will be my fresh air. This will be my fresh air. Now here what I have to find out? First of all, I have to find out the drivable temperature and relative humidity of the air leaving the coil. Drivable temperature and relative humidity of the air leaving the coil म्हणजे काय? कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय एट मला ट्रायबल टेम्परेचर फाइंड आउट करायचं आणि रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी फाइंड आउट करायची. सेकंड थिंग, आय हॅव टू फाइंड आउट दी रूम सेन्सिबल हीट फॅक्टर. आता रूम सेन्सिबल हीट फॅक्टर म्हणजे कोणती लाईन झाली? पॉइंट एस आणि पॉइंट आर ला कनेक्ट करणारी लाईन. म्हणजे हा माझा कोणता पॉइंट असणार आहे? दिस इज नथिंग बट दी माय पॉइंट नंबर 2. कारण की त्या ठिकाणी पॉइंट नंबर 2 जो होता 26 degree centigrade tribal temperature, 50% relative humidity. Same condition I am obtaining here. That means this will be my point number 2. And here, if I am going to consider point number 5 as a condition of coil condition line or apparatus dew point temperature of coil. So this is point number 5. So here I have to calculate the sensible heat factor. Sensible heat factor कसा calculate करणार आहे? Point S आणि point R ला connect होणारी line म्हणजे sensible heat factor, sorry, room sensible heat factor ची line असणार आहे. त्यावरून मी I am able to calculate room sensible heat factor. And how to calculate the cooling load capacity of coil in terms of PR? So to calculate the cooling load capacity of coil, here this is point number 3 is the inlet point for coil, and point number 4 is the outlet point for coil. So based on point number 3 and point number 4, I am going to find out the enthalpy corresponding to point number 3, enthalpy corresponding to point number 4, and mass of air. Mass of air कोणते consider करणार आहे आता? त्या ठिकाणी मिक्स्ड एअरचे मास ऑफ एअर कन्सिडर करणार आहे, कारण की मिक्स्ड एअर ओव्हर द कॉइल, दॅट मिक्स्ड एअर इज पासिंग ओव्हर द कॉइल. सो मास ऑफ मिक्स्ड एअर into enthalpy difference between point number 3 and point number 4. So based on that, I will get the cooling load capacity of the coil. Okay. So how to solve this problem? So for solving this problem, so this is the problem statement. So this is the representation of problem. So here, this is my point number 1. Whatever diagram I have drawn here, same diagram is being drawn here. So here, this is my point number 1. Here point number 1 is indicating condition of fresh air, 40 degree centigrade drivable temperature, 50% relative humidity, and mass flow rate is nothing but 100 meter cube per minute. त्यामध्ये मी कोणती एअर मिक्स करतोय? पॉइंट नंबर 2. पॉइंट नंबर 2 म्हणजे कोणती? रिक्वायर्ड रूम कंडिशन. दोन्हीच्या प्रॉपर्टी सेमच आहे. 26 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर, 50% रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी, पण त्याचा फ्लो रेट जो आहे तो कमी आहे, 20 मीटर क्यूब पर मिनिट. So when I am mixing point number 1 into point number 2, I am getting the condition of mixed air. So here point number 3 is indicating the condition of mixed air. So that mixed air is passing over the cooling coil. Mixed air is passing over the cooling coil. That cooling coil is having the apparatus dew point temperature 10 degrees centigrade, bypass factor as a 0.2. So after that, I am getting the point number 4. After passing that mixed air over that cooling coil, I am getting the point number 4. So here point number 4 will be acting as a condition of supply air. Condition of supply air. And for that point number 4, I have to find out the drivable temperature. And for that point number 4, I have to find out the drivable temperature and relative humidity. And after supplying that point number 4 to that room condition or enclosed space, here I am getting the required room condition as a 26 degree centigrade drivable temperature, 50% relative humidity, and same air I am recirculating. Same air I am recirculating here, like that. Okay. Now here I have to calculate the RSHF line or RSHF value of RSHF, and again I have to calculate the cooling load capacity of the coil. So for that purpose, what I am going to do, first of all, I am going to locate the point number 1 on the psychrometric chart. On the psychrometric chart, I am going to locate the point number 1. Here point number 1 is indicating 40 degree centigrade drivable temperature, 50% relative humidity. So here, this is the 40 degree centigrade drivable temperature line. This is the 40 degree centigrade drivable temperature line, and where that 40 degree centigrade drivable temperature line is intersecting to the 50% relative humidity. So here, if you observe carefully, this is the 50% relative humidity. So here, 40 degree centigrade drivable temperature and 50% relative humidity. That means this line, where this line is intersecting. So this will be my point number 1. So this will be my point number 1. This point number 1 is indicating या ठिकाणी पॉईंट नंबर 1 काय इंडिकेट करतोय? पॉईंट नंबर 1 इज इंडिकेटिंग कंडिशन ऑफ फ्रेश एअर. It is indicating condition of fresh air. So here it is nothing but fresh air point. Then point number 2, 26 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature, 50% relative humidity. 26 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature, 50% relative humidity. ही जी आहे ती 25 आहे, म्हणजे ही जी लाईन असणार आहे ती 26 ची असणार आहे. ही 26 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature आणि 50% relative humidity. 50% relative humidity म्हणजे ही लाईन झाली. This is 90, 80, 70, 60, 50. Okay, no problem. So this will be my point number 2. This will be my point number 2. Here point number 2 is indicating the required room condition. Point number 2 is indicating the required room condition. Okay. आता मी point number 1 मध्ये point number 2 mix करतोय. Point number 1 मध्ये point number 2 mix करतोय. So here after mixing point number 1 or air which is having condition of point number 1 into the air which is having point number 2, ही जी 1 to 2 line आहे ती straight line ना connect करायची मला. So I'm going to connect that line by straight line. Likewise, I'm going to connect this line by straight line. Likewise, आता या ठिकाणी मी काय केलेलं आहे, पॉइंट 1 मध्ये पॉइंट 2 मिक्स केलेलं आहे. त्या पॉइंट 1 मध्ये पॉइंट 2 मिक्स केल्यामुळे मला काय मिळणार आहे या ठिकाणी, आय एम गेटिंग द पॉइंट नंबर 3. And here point number 3 will be called as the condition of mixed air. Point number 3 will be called as the condition of mixed air. आता condition of mixed air कशी calculate करणार आहे? Condition of mixed air कशी calculate करणार आहे? So for calculation of condition of mixed air, first of all, what I am going to calculate? I am going to calculate the mass flow rate of the air for point number 1. म्हणजे point number 1 चा जो काय mass flow rate आहे, तर point number 1 चा mass flow rate किती आहे? Mass of air of point number 1, and I'm going to calculate the mass of air of point number 2. आता mass of air at point number 1 जर calculate करायचं असेल, mass flow rate of point number 1 जर calculate करायचं असेल, तर volume divided by specific volume corresponding to point number 1. Volume divided by specific volume corresponding to point number 1. आता point number 1 चा volume flow rate किती आहे? Point number 1 चा volume flow rate किती आहे? 100 आहे. 100 divided by specific volume. स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूम कसा कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहे? हा पॉईंट नंबर 1, त्याचा स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूम जर कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं असेल तर ह्या ठिकाणी मला दिसते, त्या ठिकाणची व्हॅल्यू आणि ह्या ठिकाणची व्हॅल्यू मला बघावं लागणार आहे. त्या ठिकाणची जर व्हॅल्यू बघितली तर ती आहे 0.90, ह्या ठिकाणची जर व्हॅल्यू बघितली तर ती आहे 0.95. ही जर व्हॅल्यू बघितली स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूमची आणि ही जर बघितली, त्या ठिकाणची आहे 0.90, त्या ठिकाणची आहे 0.95 आणि माझा पॉईंट नंबर 1 जो आहे तो ह्या ठिकाणी आहे, म्हणजे 0.915 किंवा 0.92. या ठिकाणी स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूमची व्हॅल्यू काय येईल माझी? 0.915 किंवा 0.92. सपोज हियर आय एम अज्युमिंग कन्सिडरिंग दॅट एज 0.92. या ठिकाणी मला काय मिळेल? आय एम गेटिंग द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ मास ऑफ एअर ऑफ स्ट्रीम 1, and that value of mass of air of stream 1 will be in terms of kg per minute. In terms of kg per minute. In the similar fashion, I am going to calculate the mass of air having stream 2. आता mass of air having stream 2, त्याचा फ्लो रेट किती आहे? व्हॉल्यूम फ्लो रेट किती आहे? 20 मीटर क्यूब पर मिनिट. दॅट मीन्स व्हॉल्यूम डिवाइडेड बाय स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूम. आता ह्या ठिकाणी स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूम घेताना कोणता घ्यायचा आहे? पॉईंट नंबर 2 चा घ्यायचा आहे, आणि व्हॉल्यूम घेताना कोणता घ्यायचा आहे? पॉईंट नंबर 2 चा व्हॉल्यूम घ्यायचा आहे. So here volume corresponding to point number 2 is 20 meter cube per minute, आणि स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूम पॉईंट नंबर 2 चा स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूम काय येणार आहे? त्या ठिकाणची जी काय व्हॅल्यू आहे ती आहे 0.85. सो 0.85 आणि हा जर पॉईंट कन्सिडर केला, ही जी व्हॅल्यू आहे ती 0.90 आहे, म्हणजे 0.86 च्या आसपास आहे. 0.86 च्या आसपास आहे. सो दिस इज नथिंग बट माय मास फ्लो रेट. दिस इज नथिंग बट mass of air having stream 2, that will be again in terms of kg per minute. kg per minute. आता पहिल्या एअरचा मास फ्लो रेट कॅल्क्युलेट केला इन टर्म्स ऑफ kg पर मिनिट, दुसऱ्या एअरचा मास फ्लो रेट कॅल्क्युलेट केला, तर ह्या ठिकाणी मिक्स्ड एअरचा मास फ्लो रेट जो असणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी मिक्स्ड एअरचा जो काय मास फ्लो रेट असणार आहे, तो मिक्स्ड एअरचा मास फ्लो रेट दॅट इज नथिंग बट Ma3 will be equal to Ma3 will be equal to Ma1 plus Ma2. mass flow rate of first year and mass flow rate of second year. That is nothing but mass flow rate of mixed year. म्हणजे ह्या ठिकाणी जर 5 kg per minute हा जर फ्लो रेट असेल आणि ह्या ठिकाणी जर 1 kg per minute हा जर फ्लो रेट असेल तर ह्या ठिकाणचा मिक्स्ड इयरचा फ्लो रेट काय असणार आहे 5 + 1 6 kg per minute हा फ्लो रेट असणार आहे. So after calculation of mass flow rate, I am going to use the energy balance equation. I am going to use the energy balance equation. So according to energy balance equation, Ma1H1 plus Ma2H2 plus Ma2H2 is equal to त्या ठिकाणी मी काय केलं एनर्जी टोटल एनर्जी ऑफ पॉइंट नंबर 1 टोटल एनर्जी कशी कॅल्क्युलेट करतोय एन्थाल्पी मला माहित आहे एन्थाल्पी कशामध्ये किलोजूल पर केजी मध्ये आहे किलोजूल पर केजी मध्ये जर मला एनर्जी कॅल्क्युलेट करायची असेल तर ती कशामध्ये कॅल्क्युलेट करावं लागणार आहे किलोजूल मध्ये कॅल्क्युलेट करावं लागणार म्हणजे किलोजूल पर केजीला जर मी केजी न मल्टिप्लाय केलं तर त्या ठिकाणी काय मिळते किलोजूल ची एनर्जी मिळते तर पॉइंट नंबर 1 ची एनर्जी टोटल एनर्जी कॅल्क्युलेट केली काय फॉर्म्युला Ma1H1 पॉइंट नंबर 1 मध्ये मी कोणता पॉइंट मिक्स करतो पॉइंट नंबर 2 ची एनर्जी काय येणार आहे Ma2H2 येणार आहे आणि ह्या दोन स्ट्रीम मिक्स केल्यामुळे मिक्स्ड एअरची काय एनर्जी असणार आहे ती मिक्स्ड एनर्जी मिक्स एअरची एनर्जी काय असणार आहे Ma3H3 असणार आहे Ma3H3 आता ह्या ठिकाणी करस्पॉन्डिंग टू पॉइंट नंबर 1 आय एम गेटिंग द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ H1 corresponding to point number 1 I am getting the value of H1 corresponding to point number 2 I am getting the value of H2 corresponding to point number 2 I am getting the value of H2 so here I am knowing the value of H1 I am knowing the value of H1 I am knowing the value of H2 again I have calculated here this is the value of Ma1 and here I have calculated the value of Ma2 so I have calculated the value of Ma1 I have calculated the value of Ma2 based on Ma1 and Ma2. I have calculated the value of Ma3. I have calculated the value of Ma3. So by using this equation, here I will get the value of H3. By using this equation, here I will get the value of H3. So here I am able to get the value of H3. तर जे काय व्हॅल्यू ऑफ H3 येईल जी काय व्हॅल्यू ऑफ H3 येईल ती मला काय करायचे ह्या एन्थाल्पी स्केल वरती लोकेट करायचे आणि तिथून मी कॉन्स्टंट एन्थाल्पी लाईन ड्रॉ करणार आहे आणि तो जो कॉन्स्टंट एन्थाल्पी लाईन त्या 1 to 2 लाईनला ज्या ठिकाणी इंटरसेक्ट करेल दॅट विल बी माय पॉइंट नंबर 3 that will be my point number 3 and that point number 3 will indicate the condition of mixed air. Have you understood up to here? तुम्हाला विचारण्यात काय पॉइंट नाही I will proceed further. So this will be my point number 3. So here in this fashion, first of all I have calculated the त्या ठिकाणी मी काय केलं सुरुवातीला पॉइंट नंबर 1 लोकेट केला after that I have located point number 2 corresponding to point number 1 I have calculated the value of enthalpy corresponding to point number 1 corresponding to point number 2 I have calculated the enthalpy so this was my H1 this was my H2 then again I have calculated the specific volume corresponding to point 1 specific volume corresponding to point 2 specific volume corresponding to point 1 was 0.92 specific volume corresponding to point 2 was 0.862 based on this I am able to calculate the mass of air at point number 1 so mass of air at point number 1 व्हॉल्यूम काय होता पॉइंट नंबर 1 चा 100 मीटर क्यूब पर मिनिट त्याला स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूम करस्पॉन्डिंग टू पॉइंट 1 डिवाइड केलं तर या ठिकाणी मला काय मिळालं मास ऑफ एअर इन टर्म्स ऑफ केजी पर मिनिट म्हणजे एका केजीला सॉरी एका मिनिटाला किती केजी एअर पास होते 108.7 or 108.7 kg air is passing through first pipe and in the similar fashion if I will calculate the Ma2 म्हणजे recirculated air चा mass flow rate volume divided by specific volume recirculated air चा volume flow rate काय होता 20 मीटर क्यूब पर मिनिट आहे त्याचं स्पेसिफिक व्हॉल्यूम काय पॉइंट नंबर 2 चा 0.862 so here I will get the mass flow rate of second year or second stream or recirculated air 23.2 kg per minute. आता MA1 माहित आहे, MA2 माहित आहे, तर मी काय कॅल्क्युलेट करणार, मिक्स्ड एअरचा मास फ्लो रेट कॅल्क्युलेट करणार. MA3 will be equal to MA1 plus MA2 which is equal to 131.9 kg per minute. After that, by using the energy balance equation, as MA1 H1 plus MA2 H2 is equal to MA3 H3. So here I am knowing the value of MA1 H1, I am knowing the value of MA2 H2, I am knowing the value of MA3. So based on this, I am able to calculate the value of H3. आता ही जी काय व्हॅल्यू ऑफ H3 येते, H3 ची व्हॅल्यू किती येते 91.65. 91.65 या ठिकाणी मी काय करणार आहे, ती व्हॅल्यू लोकेट करणार आहे. 91.60 किती आली होती, 91.65. तर 91.65 कुठे येईल या ठिकाणी, that value is coming somewhere here. So I'm getting that 91.65. So this is the value which is indicating 90. 91.65 म्हणजे या ठिकाणी कुठेतरी. So this will be my H3 point, and I will draw the enthalpy line, constant enthalpy line, and where that constant enthalpy line is intersecting to that 1 to 2 line. So this will be my point number 3. So this will indicate my point number 3. This will indicate my point number 3. आता mixed air, this is indicating the condition of mixed air. This is indicating the condition of mixed air. Okay, आता ही condition of mixed air जे आहे ते कशावरून पास होते, that condition of mixed air is passing over the cooling coil whose apparatus dew point temperature is 10 degrees centigrade. Now we are knowing that apparatus dew point temperature is always on the saturated curve, and 10 degree centigrade म्हणजे या ठिकाणी आपल्याला काय मिळतं, त्या cooling coil चा apparatus dew point temperature मिळतं. So this is the ADP point, apparatus dew point temperature of cooling coil. So this point will be considered as a point number 5. This point will be considered as a point number 5. आता ह्या ठिकाणी काय करतोय मी, ही जी काय मिक्स्ड एअर आहे, मिक्स्ड एअर आहे, ही मिक्स्ड एअर मी कशावरून पास करतोय, आय एम पासिंग दिस मिक्स्ड एअर ओव्हर दिस coil which is having the apparatus dew point temperature as a 5 degree centigrade. That means after passing over that coil, whatever my point number 4 will be there, that point number 4 will be on the same line, that is on 3 to 5. So here from point number 3 I am going to draw the straight line. From point number 3 I am going to draw the straight line which will be connecting to the point number 5. त्या ठिकाणी point number 3 काय इंडिकेट करत होतं, कंडिशन ऑफ मिक्स्ड एअर. त्या ठिकाणी पॉईंट नंबर 5 काय इंडिकेट करते, कंडिशन ऑफ कूलिंग कॉईल ची कंडिशन इंडिकेट करते. आता त्या ठिकाणी पॉईंट नंबर 4 जर कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं असेल, म्हणजे माझा सप्लाय पॉईंट जो असणार आहे किंवा कंडिशन ऑफ सप्लाय एअर असणार आहे ती ह्याच लाईन वरती असणार आहे, आणि ती जर कॅल्क्युलेट करायची असेल तर त्या ठिकाणी काय दिलेलं आहे त्यांनी, दे हॅव मेन्शन द बायपास फॅक्टर व्हॅल्यू. So if I am going to use the condition, or if I am going to use the formula for bypass factor, so bypass factor for this case will be equal to temperature difference between coil and outlet. आता coil and outlet म्हणजे कोणतं टेम्परेचर जास्त असणार आहे, TD4 ची व्हॅल्यू जास्त असणार आहे as compared to TD5. So TD4 minus TD5 म्हणजे काय झालं, apparatus dew point temperature झालं, divided by coil आणि inlet. कॉईल आणि इनलेट म्हणजे कोणतं टेम्परेचर जास्त असणार आहे, 3 पॉईंटचं टेम्परेचर जास्त असणार आहे. आता ह्या ठिकाणी मला काय मिळेल, 3 पॉईंटच्या टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू मिळेल, आणि ती 3 पॉईंट टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू जी आहे ती नियर अबाउट 37-38 च्या आसपास येते. एक्झॅक्टली तुम्हाला सायक्रोमेट्रिक चार्ट वरती दिसेल 37 आहे. TD3 मायनस TD4 येणार आहे, मायनस TD4. सो हियर as bypass factor value is 0.2, this value is equal to 0.2. So here I will get the value of TD4. I will get the value of TD4. जी काय TD4 ची व्हॅल्यू येईल ती TD4 ची व्हॅल्यू काय करायचे ते टेम्परेचर घेऊन मला पॉईंट नंबर 4 लोकेट करायचे. सो हियर यू विल ऑब्झर्व दॅट as we are knowing the bypass factor is value is 0.2, so 0.2 is equal to TD4 minus apparatus dew point temperature divided by TD3 minus apparatus dew point temperature. So here I am getting the value of sorry इथं काय येणार आहे TD4 TD3 येणार आहे कारण की कॉइल आणि त्या ठिकाणी सॉरी टेम्परेचर डिफरन्स बिटवीन कॉइल अँड इनलेटचं टेम्परेचर जास्त आहे ऍज कम्पेअर टू कॉइल. सो हियर आय विल गेट दॅट व्हॅल्यू ॲज अ TD3 minus TD5. TD5 म्हणजेच apparatus dew point temperature which is equal to 10 degrees centigrade. So automatically I will get the value of TD4. So here I am getting that value of TD4 as a 15.52. 15.52 and specific humidity as a 92%. How to calculate that specific humidity? आता ह्या ठिकाणी मला काय मिळालं 15.52 हे काय मिळालं ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर करस्पॉन्डिंग टू पॉईंट नंबर 4 मिळालं. तर 15.52 कुठे येणार आहे 15.52 समवेअर हिअर येईल आणि इथून जर मी स्ट्रेट लाईन ड्रॉ केली तर ही स्ट्रेट लाईन ज्या ठिकाणी तुमच्या त्या लाईनला इंटरसेक्ट करेल त्या पॉईंट पासून ही स्ट्रेट लाईन ज्या ठिकाणी तुमच्या ह्या लाईनला इंटरसेक्ट करेल that will be my point number 4. So here in this case this will be my point number 4 and corresponding to point number 4 I have to calculate the dry temperature and specific humidity, relative humidity. So dry temperature आलं 15.52 आणि relative humidity येईल तुमची 92 च्या आसपास. किती येते ह्या ठिकाणी बघा 92%. आता त्यावरून मला काय कॅल्क्युलेट करायचंय RSHF कॅल्क्युलेट करायचंय. आता त्या ठिकाणी दोन लाईन भेटलेत मला. दिस इज द पॉइंट ES. This is indicating the condition of supply air. Point number 4 is indicating condition of supply air. This point number 3 is indicating condition of mixture. So condition of mixture and condition of supply air. Here I am getting the JSHF line. This will be my JSHF line. This will be my JSHF line. And here point 4 is indicating point ES, condition of supply air, and point 2 is indicating required room condition. Here here point 4 is indicating condition of supply air, point 2 is indicating required room condition. So point ES and point R कनेक्ट केल्यानंतर ही जी लाईन येईल ती माझी कोणती असणार आहे RSHF लाईन असणार आहे. RSHF लाईन असणार. Now how to calculate the RSHF value? So if I am going to extend this RSHF line, if I am going to extend this RSHF line up to the sensible heat factor scale, SHF scale, आणि ही सेन्सिबल हीट फॅक्टर स्केलला ज्या ठिकाणी इंटरसेक्ट करेल त्या ठिकाणची व्हॅल्यू म्हणजे तुमची काय झाली RSHF व्हॅल्यू झाली. So here if I am going to extend that line up to the sensible heat factor scale, I am getting the value of RSHF. That value will be 0.913. That value will be 0.913. किंवा दुसरी मेथड कोणती दोन पद्धतीने फाइंड आउट करू शकतो. This is the first method and in second method I have to form one triangle. त्या ठिकाणी अशा पद्धतीचा ट्रायंगल फॉर्म करायचा. हा माझा पॉइंट नंबर A येईल. ह्याची एन्थाल्पी जी आहे ती झाली H4. त्या ठिकाणची एन्थाल्पी झाली H4. त्या ठिकाणी पॉइंट A ची एन्थाल्पी ह्या ठिकाणी कुठेतरी येईल आणि त्या ठिकाणची एन्थाल्पी झाली H2. सो H2, HA आणि H4 त्यावरून सेन्सिबल हीट फॅक्टर, रूम सेन्सिबल हीट फॅक्टर म्हणजे काय येणार आहे रूम सेन्सिबल हीट डिवाइडेड बाय रूम सेन्सिबल हीट प्लस रूम लॅटेंट हीट. सो HA minus H4 डिवाइडेड बाय H2 minus H1. त्यावरून सुद्धा मला काय मिळेल RSHF ची व्हॅल्यू मिळेल. आणि कूलिंग लोड कॅपॅसिटी जर कॅल्क्युलेट करायची असेल तर कूलिंग लोड कॅपॅसिटी कॅल्क्युलेट करण्यासाठी कॉइलचा इनलेट पॉईंट कोणता आहे पॉईंट नंबर 3, कॉइलचा आउटलेट पॉईंट कोणता आहे पॉईंट नंबर 4 आहे. पॉईंट नंबर 3 ची एन्थाल्पी माहित आहे, पॉईंट नंबर 4 ची एन्थाल्पी माहित आहे आणि पॉईंट नंबर 3 चा मास फ्लो रेट माहित आहे. तर त्यावरून काय कॅल्क्युलेट करणार तुम्ही कूलिंग लोड कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ कॉइल that will be calculated by using the formula mass flow rate of mixed air Ma3 H3 minus H4. So here I will get that value in terms of kilojoule per minute And after dividing this value by 210, I'll get this value in terms of year. So likewise, you have to solve the problem. Have you understood this problem? Yes or no? Have you understood this problem? So here we have completed part A of chapter number 5. That is nothing but heating and cooling load calculation. But your part B will be there. So from next lecture onwards, we are going to start the human comfort. From next lecture onwards, we are going to start the human comfort. Now I will take the attendance. So wait for 1 minute. I will take the attendance. Roll number 1 to 7 absent, 8 present, 9 to 14 absent, 15 present, 16 present, 17 absent, 18 present, 19 absent, 20 present, 21 absent, 22 present, 23 absent, then 24 present, 25, 26, 27 absent, 28 present, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 absent, 34 present, 35 present, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42 absent, 43 present, 44 present. After that, 45 absent, 46 present, 47 present, 48 absent, 49 absent, then 50 present, 51 absent, 52 absent, 53 present, 54 absent, 55 present, 56, 57 absent, 58 present, 59, 60 absent, 61 present, 62 present, then 63, 64 absent, 65 present, 66 absent, 67 present, 68 absent, 69 absent, 70 absent, 71 absent, 72 present, 73, 74, 75, 76 absent. Okay. Is there anyone whose roll call I have not asked or not put in the present number? Okay. I think I have taken the attendance of all students. Now you may exit the lecture. Thank you for attending the lecture.